po sa ating channel. Ang tatalakayin po nating topic ngayong araw ay very important po at sana ay magustuhan ninyo. Sa mga bago po sa channel na ito, please consider subscribe, like, comment, and share po. So, ang babasahin po nating article ay isinulat ni Katrina Murphy. Title po nito ay 20 Signs of Narcissistic Supply Victimology. Ito po yung mga effect ng narcissistic abuse sa kanilang biktima. I read recently that approximately 61% of Americans exhibit the qualities associated with narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists create a relationship based on control and manipulations, designed to feed their ego, and that is abusive for their partner or narcissistic supply. Kasi yung partner nila po, yun po ang makukonsider natin na narcissistic supply. Yung partner nila, o kaya yung target nila, o kaya yung victim nila. That's considered as narcissistic supply. In my practice, I currently have 3 clients who have been or are in narcissistic relationship. And the making of narcissistic abuse are unmistakable once you know what it looks like. Unfortunately, because of the sophisticated methods of the narcissist, they often overlook as a place or puzzle in the victim's current state of mental breakdown. Kaya marami pong narcissist po na they go on with their life scotch-free. Wala silang pananagutan sa ginawa nila sa kanilang biktima. Kaya sobrang delikado po magkaroon ng narcissist sa buhay natin. So wag niyo pong hayaan na may makalapit sa atin na narcissist. We all have narcissistic traits. Lahat naman po tayo mayroong narcissistic traits. It's a spectrum, right? But to degrees that do not affect our ability to have relationships and be successful in our daily lives. It's only when the narcissist become toxic that we see dysfunction in the people that are closest to them. Yun naman talaga ang kawawa yung mga taong malapit sa kanila. Kasi sila ang ginagawang punching bag or emotional punching bag ng narcissist. One of the prominent problems with narcissistic personality disorder is that the person suffering from this feels intense self-loathing and shame, but no empathy for others. Number 1 po yun, wala silang empathy. They engage in intimate relationships whereby they can mediate these feelings by abusing their partner, as they use control and manipulation to systematically inflict the abuse. They project their negative emotions onto the victim, and the relationship serves to lessen these feelings within the narcissist. All the while increasing negative emotions in their partner, the narc seeks out someone who holds the qualities that they want to possess and who will be vulnerable to his coercion. And in this way, they are deemed narcissistic supply. Narcissistic supply often have a track record of narc relationship either with parents, past partners, or friends. Take note po kapag po meron narcissist sa buhay natin, or kung ikaw po nanonood ay mayroong nasa narcissistic relationship, malaki po ang possibility na you were in that relationship also, na hindi mo lang alam, or maybe isa sa family mo, or kaya boss, o kaya friend mo. Kaya parang as long as hindi po natin nalilearn yung lesson, they will come, mauulit at mauulit po yung cycle. Parang ma-attract natin sila, or they are attracted to us. So, yun po. They are an easy mark for the sophisticated narc because of this history. Nadidetect po nila yan Kasi unknowingly, we are walking in this world with these invisible wounds na kahit tayo hindi natin alam. Pero yung mga narcissist po, since they are master on that since nung bata sila, na po nila yan, nakikita po nila yan. Kaya nga they test their every people they meet, they test. So pag qualified ka, dun mag-start yung love bombing or idealization. Anyway, tuloy natin yung because it is a codependent relationship. Yun po ang unang attractive din po ang mga narcissist, yung mga tao na may codependency, or kaya yung highly empathic, or they consider empath. We don't often see the narc supply as a victim. However, as with any abuse, they are. This relationship can exist over many years, especially if it is with covert narcissist. Covert narcissist po is I consider the most dangerous kasi marami pong uri ang narcissist. Meron pong malignant, merong overt, which is yung grandiose, at merong covert, which is yung hidden, patago. And my own experience, I think all of them. So yun, and it's often the narc supply who seeks out therapy to help as their lives becomes more dysfunctional. Yun ang mangyayari, yung mga biktima ang need na mag-therapy kasi they are losing their self. The therapist never sees the narc and therefore can often misdiagnose the issue in the narc supply. Fortunately, the prevalence of NPD in our culture has created a spectrum of professionals who are trained in what to look for and have the experience to back it up. So, just as a trained animal tracker can differentiate between bear tracks and wolf tracks, a trained professional can see the imprint of the narc in someone's life. So, signs of narcissistic supply. Kapag meron ka nito, it means you are a narcissistic supply or a narcissistic abuse victim, or you have this narcissistic abuse syndrome. Number 1, identity disorder. The longer the relationship with the narc continues, the less you feel, act, look, and talk like you. This comes from the narc dictating who you are. If you tell them how you feel, the narc will twist it and say, "No, that's not who you are," or "I know who you really are." A lot of victims after a narc relationship will say, "I don't know who I am." Number 2, exhaustion and adrenal fatigue. The longer the relationship exists, the more responsibility you take in the relationship and the less the narc takes on. As difficulties in the relationship arise, you are expected to overcome them because the narc is so exploitive. They are stepping back in everything and you are taking on more and more, etc. The responsibilities lie on the shoulders of the narc supply. So, on you, on a victim, on a target. And yet the narc will complain as if it's never enough. They can never get enough. You give and assume more and more responsibility to show them that you are trying to do your part and worth their love. Yun. Yun ang gusto nila, yung para kang nasa hamster wheel na takbo ng takbo. Yun ang gusto nila without no ending. Number 3, cognitive dissonance. A condition when your mind experiences two contrary or opposing thoughts. For example, they love you but they don't want to see you happy. Then if you ask them, how can you love me if you don't want me to be happy? They respond with something like, how can you accuse me of that? I've never accused you of that despite what we've been through. They flip it back on you and twist things to keep you in a constant state of confusion. Gaslighting. Nothing seems to make a sense and you live in a constant state of confusion because your brain is struggling with what's true and what's not. Number 4, constantly thinking. Your mind is so occupied with thoughts about why things are happening the way they are, why you can't make sense of it, why they treat you the way they do, why it seems to be one way but the narc says it's not that way, that you can't enjoy the things around you. You are so worried about not setting the narc off. Yun na yun. Trying to figure out how to make them happy and wondering what is going to happen next. That you miss out on friends, family, and the joys of daily life. Number 5, brain fog. Your ability to concentrate is gone. Your memory is failing and you can't understand the simple things about relationships that you used to. You can't see clearly. You don't feel centered and nothing makes sense. Grabe. You begin doubting your sanity. Narcs are emotional manipulators, are attractive to peaceful, kind, and generous people. You see? Yung mga good qualities natin, doon sila attract. However, their desire is to systematically erase these qualities from that person and create a mirror of themselves. Grabe. Over time, as they manipulate your feelings and the blow-ups continue, the brain makes association and the narc supply will begin to think that they are losing their mind. Huwag na po natin hintayin na dumating pa sa ganon. When the narc creates an argument and the narc supplies blows up, the narc will say, look at you. You are the problem. You are the problem. I'm not blowing up. They twist the situation to make you the problem, not them. For example, like they are picking on you. Mayat maya, paunti-unti, lagi kang, alam mo yun, tinitrigger ka. Then once you react, once you blow up, they say, yeah, you see, you're crazy. You are the problem. Pero hindi ni, extra talagang ano yan, intended talaga na ginagawa yan to just mind fucking you. Yun po yun. Number 7, suffer from PTSD. You have been emotional warfare for so long that your emotions are unpredictable. You never know what bomb is going to go off. You never know when the narc has received injury, even if that injury is only in their mind. Yun po yun. Kahit wala kang ginagawa, once na ikaw lang naman ang nagkataon lang naman na nandun ka nung time na yun at ikaw yung gagawin niyang emotional punching bag. Kaya nga mapapatanong ka, what happened? Anong nangyari? Ba't ganito? Tapos pag tinanong mo siya, andun yung word salad, andun yung mind fucking. So, it's not a good place to be in. You never know when the narc has received injury, even if that injury is only in their mind. So you can never relax. There is no emotional downtime. Little by little, you learn that the minute you relax is the minute that the bomb goes off. Kaya nga, highly alert ka na rin eh. Yung anxiety mo sobrang high na ng anxiety mo. Kasi you know, anything can happen anytime. So, ano na yun, para ka na rin napaparanoid. You never know what bomb is going to off. You never know when the narc has received. Tapos na tayo. Number 8, depression. Who you were is not who you are anymore. The simple joys that you used to have in the things that you are passionate about are gone. That's the definition of depression. You no longer enjoy the things that once made you happy. Over time, as you engage in the things that make you happy, the narc will make comments like, I just want to spend time with you, but you're too busy with, for example, your friend or your family. You don't realize that they are attacking your passion. You just think that they want to spend more time with you. Over time, your brain makes these negative associations with those things that make you happy, and systematically you stop doing them. So, tuloy natin sa next na video po babalik kasi medyo mataas-taas po ito. So, see you in the next video po. Love yourself first po.